Hi, welcome back to Classworks MTSS web series. I'm Judy Teven, Director of Curriculum here at Classworks, back with part 6 of our series. The last 5 parts have led us through screening, assigning progress monitoring, and some specific looks at making decisions based on progress monitoring data. But where is this data the most meaningful? That's right, in the student support team or SST meetings. So today we are going to look at not only all the types of data that we want at those meetings, but also other elements that need to be present as well. So what do you need to execute a meaningful data meeting? So you need the right people, the right data, and the right decisions. Meetings often occur every 4 to 6 weeks. And this ensures that data is current and relevant, right? So let's talk about each of those elements. Your district's plan dictates who should be at these meetings, right? So we've got the right people. It may even differ depending on whether you are discussing tier 2 or tier 3, right? So meeting participants might include classroom teachers, interventionists, reading coaches, counselors, administrators, school psychologists, and of course, parents. Classroom teachers are boots on the ground and are very close to the student. They offer insight into student learning, behavior, and home situations. Now, counselors and school psychologists offer a more objective perspective while bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience. Reading coaches and interventionists likely have spent some time one-on-one with the student, allowing them to share their observations too. Now, administrators are highly valuable at data meetings, offering experience and ensuring that processes are followed. Communication with parents is key, right? So if parents can't be there due to work schedules, consider using technology such as FaceTime and Zoom to allow parents to participate. Each person has a role and offers a different perspective. This eclectic group is designed to be able to look at each student from a variety of vantage points to ensure that a complete picture can be formulated and really the next steps be the most appropriate. So now let's look at the right data. This information will determine how the student is responding to the intervention. So you're actually looking at the state of the intervention, right? What has been done? Has the student had some one-on-one tutoring? Are they working in their individualized learning using software, right, like Classworks? How is it done? Is the student working during computer lab time and an intervention pullout time, at ELT, extra learning time we've been talking about, maybe in lieu of electives, right, for older students? And who facilitated this intervention? Is it the classroom teacher? Is it the interventionist? Is it that ELT facilitator? And what are the results? What documentation do we have? Mastery of skills within the intervention promotes growth, right? So you would be looking at the Classwork Standards Mastery Report. If you're looking for growth within the intervention, you're looking at progress monitoring data. Now, for documentation of skill mastery, the Classworks Standards Mastery Report that you see here shows skills and standards a student is working on and identifies mastery for each of those skills. Progress monitoring results are key in these SST meetings. This is evidence of the student's response to the intervention, right? So you use these results to make the right decisions for each student. So what are some of the right decisions? Well, first, let's talk about when the intervention is on track. The student is showing growth within the intervention. You'll probably seen that in your progress monitoring data. Skill mastery is evident within that intervention. Again, you're back to that standards mastery report data. The student is showing overall growth on the screener. So you're looking at your RTI recommendations report, that screener data. So with any of these scenarios, proceed with the current intervention and progress monitoring. So what if the intervention is off track? What instructional changes should be made? Well, you may see that the student is not growing according to your progress monitoring data. You may see that skill mastery is not achieved. So you've got low scores on their intervention. So what now? Analyze mastery. Reassign any instruction below mastery level, which is our 80% golden number there, right? Conference with students, discuss scores, celebrate successes, and strategize how to improve weak areas. Ensure that the student is tracking scores, right? And using their My Scores page. Student ownership is so powerful. Students track results in their own My Scores page. This builds student engagement in their learning. It also ensures fidelity of the intervention and ultimately impacts student outcomes. This page can be shared with parents too. So it's a great way to build community ownership of student learning. Now, this last example is my favorite. When the student is above target. It's time to move the level of progress monitoring, which will automatically move the level of intervention, right? And don't forget to consider tier movement when appropriate as you review student data. And that's when it's time to celebrate, right? And if for more information about that, check out part 5 of this web series for really specific progress monitoring examples. The bottom line is that meaningful data meetings result in action for students. Data drives these decisions, so it's crucial to understand what data you need and have it available during those data meetings. In ClassWorks, you have 2 options for data. You have your live data that's in the dashboard, and you have data from printed reports. Reports should be printed when you need to have documentation for student folders or to share with parents. Now, live data shows you what allows you to see what is happening right then, right? And take action. Actions may include analyzing the mastery of student intervention and reassigning or stopping a set of CBMs to adjust that level for a student. Literally taking data to action with just a click. Thank you again so much for joining me. Next time, we will take a look at classroom instruction that supports Tier 1. Differentiating at Tier 1 is critical to meet the needs of all students. Again, completing our MTSS umbrella. I can't wait to show you some of the great options, so I'll see you then.